Reed Sorensen doing all he can in that 32 to stay on the lead lap. The race leader is the 18 of Kyle Busch, and right behind him the 6 of Ricky Stenhouse. And your top 5 rounds out with Keselowski, Earnhardt Jr. and Edwards. What's significant here was Sorensen came into this race as the points leader, but look what's happened so far with the performance by Stenhouse. He has taken over that #1 spot.
Well, right now, Reed Sorensen in position to get this lucky dog, and he's, man, he wants to hold on to it too.
Yeah, he better take care of that car. He won't be able to take advantage of that.
Well, Sorensen got into Cook, then Cook sort of slowed up, and so did Reed, and Stenhouse got into.
Well, the leaders are catching a lot better cars now, and it's going to be a little more difficult for Kyle just to whiz right by them. So it's a chance now maybe Stenhouse could close, but it looks like Kyle's the one that's taking advantage of it because he's pulled away from him.
We'll let you know that Chris Lawson climbed into the 79 now and finally made an appearance on track. He's 142 laps down. That was the issue. There he is with Jennifer Jo Cobb. After she was told she was going to have to start and park, she said no way and climbed out of the car. We got her side of it and talked to the car owner, but he could not hear the question. So that gets you up to date on that story if you've tuned in late. Brad Keselowski currently 3rd, talking about tires.
Trying to take it easy on my tire, man. I'm trying. I don't have a lot of speed left, but I'm just not grinding the tire in the ground. I'm nervous about it. We're 100 laps in here.
Well, for more, let's check in over at the Craftsman Tech Garage with Tim Brewer.
Thanks, Marty. What Brad's talking about, when he drives the car off in the corner, he's really scrubbing the right front tire. But if he's got a lot of camber in the tire, he's going to really abuse the tire right here. Now, when he says grinding the tires, this is the rubber that's literally coming off the tires during the race. The trick being there, if he runs it down in the cords, he's more apt to blow the right front tire, and that's not going to be a good result. Guys?
Yeah, Tim, and this car, the 22 car's had tire issues the last 2 races, so he's pretty sensitive to that. He doesn't want to have another one here.
We've just passed the halfway mark. We can tell you we had 3 different leaders right now. Kyle Busch has 119 laps led and counting. Look at this mess as he is side by side with Brian Scott. Scott going 1 lap down. So now we're up to, or down to, 12 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, it's like we're talking about. These cars, these are a lot better cars now. They're not going to just lay over for Kyle Busch. They're going to race him as hard as possible. See Stephen Wallace now using that outside lane for momentum. Try to keep that 18th car from getting clear.
Stephen trying to stay on the lead lap as well. Can't do it. Ricky Stenhouse is not giving up, though. He is falling back a little bit, but he is now going underneath the 11 as well. Working lap 154 of 300. We're past halfway, and we're looking at green flag stops in about another 6 to 10 laps. Stay with us. We'll find out what happens under green.
The Scott's Easy Seed 300 continues live on ESPN. Make sure to go to NASCAR.com for all your latest NASCAR information. Looking at race leader Kyle Busch, who has not been on pit road since lap 27. He's just completed lap 163 now, which means we're going to be coming up on some green flag pit stops. And here at Bristol, the only track with separate pit roads, front stretch, back stretch, that means different procedures for pitting under green than under caution.
Yeah, really got to pay attention on this, guys. You can come in on either side and exit on the same side that you come in. If you come in under caution, you have to come in off 2 and go all the way around. So it's going to be interesting. It makes it really, really hectic down on pit road. But guys got to hit their marks, hit their spots, and keep that track position with good pit stops.
Kyle Busch with the first pit at the entrance of pit road off of turn number 2, the entrance to that backstretch pit road, while Ricky Stenhouse has the last pit on the front stretch pit road. Yeah. And he's got to come all the way down to before he makes his stop and do it like that.
Here
come in off of turn number 4 instead of messing it up. It seems like every time we have one of these sets of green flag pit stops at Bristol, at least once a race, somebody messes it up. But Stenhouse running second, got it right this time. He's on pit road as he completes the 167th lap of this race. Vince?
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is going to get a 4-tire change. They're also going to make a chassis adjustment in the right rear. It's still a little too free on entry and tight in the middle. Doc?
Dale Earnhardt Jr. very, very loose in the middle. They will change 4 tires and try to get it completely full of the Sunoco E15 fuel. Remember, Earnhardt can now go all the way to the checker flag if he wants to. Marty?
All right, Doc, so Junior comes back out onto the track. Another series of pit stops still to come. We can tell you Mike Bliss is also in. He is 4 laps down right now in 30th position. A total of 10 cars at this moment on the lead lap. But again, we're going to be cycling through pit stops, so things are going to be happening fast and furious. Kyle Busch is still the race leader. He's leading Brad Keselowski by 5.2 seconds. You saw Carl Edwards there in the 60. He is listed in 3rd. Logano is in 4th, but here comes Carl Edwards now down pit road as he has to slow down to 30 miles an hour. That's pit road speed. Vince, coming your way.
Carl Edwards looking for that big breakthrough performance. He was 2nd at Phoenix and 6th at Vegas. They felt like maybe they had a winner here today. So far, they've been hanging around the top 5. It's going to be a 4-tire change, also making an air pressure adjustment to go with that Sunoco fuel. Car is tight in the middle and a little loose in. Marty.
And you can see them still finishing up the work. The clock is still ticking. And 16.9, a little bit longer than they probably wanted. Still out on track is Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Casey Kane. There is Kyle in a 5-car mix-up as he's trying to get around the 30. That is Jason Leffler. And Leffler is running in 9th position right now.
And Allgaier goes real high in 3 and 4.
Yeah, it looks like Justin Allgaier in a 31. Starting to have some problems. He slid way up high. There he goes again.
Right front down, inside, clear low, get it down there, all clear.
You heard him say right front, so they have a tire issue.
Guys, right front down.
So Justin Allgaier, who was shown in 9th position, is going to have to bring it in. Jamie?
That's exactly right. There was not much warning. He said, guys, right front. You saw him just save it and keep it off the wall. He's coming in. It was just about a few laps from when he was going to pit anyway. They're going to put 4 tires on it, and thankfully, the car is okay.
Right side of your screen, you can see Jason Leffler still trying to hold off Kyle Busch. Trying so desperately to stay on the lead lap. He is listed in 8th position. And so now, as he gets around, 7 cars on the lead lap. But again, remember, Kyle has to make his stop. Coming up on the 99 of Ryan Truex, who celebrated a birthday just yesterday. Here comes Michael Annett, Jamie.
He's in. The word is take 4 tires here. He's been working with this car. It's interesting how the new right side has made all of these cars tight through the middle. That seems to be the same deal. They're going to fill it up with Sunoco fuel. You see the can in the left rear.
16.8, very close to the same time we saw for Carl Edwards. This is our first green flag stretch over 100 laps at Bristol ever in this series. So a little bit of history on the length. And right now, Kyle Busch is not complaining. His lead over Brad Keselowski, 4.5 seconds.
Well, he had that Ricky Stenhouse was kind of stalking him there, and Ricky made that pit stop. So now he's able to get some laps on these new tires. Maybe he can make some of this ground up on Kyle Busch.
Remember we told you it's 30 miles an hour on speed. Oh, no, and again, how many times this year have we seen the 22?
The 3rd in a row right there.
Now.
Right front again.
Keep digging, caution down now.
Caution has come out, our 3rd of the day. Remember, he was leading the race at Las Vegas.
And we heard him earlier today say that he was worried about he was putting too much pressure on that right front. The way the car was, that he was afraid this was going to happen.
All right, as a crew chief, are you starting to look at camber situations?
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is a trend now for this team. That they're going to have to get this under control.
There he goes.
Yeah, it just takes off right there. But tell you, this new car is a lot tougher than that old car we used to run last year. These babies can take a pounder and keep on ticking, it looks like. The Cup cars are much stronger. And because of that, these Nationwide cars look about like the Cups when it comes to being tough.
Yeah, that's a big breakdown for Kyle Busch, though. He stayed on the track. He'll make his stop under caution.
And we'll probably have several cars take the waiver round as well to get back on that lead lap.
A lot of different setups out there, Marty. I've been looking at a lot of different cars. A lot of them running what they call the conventional setup, big front springs. A lot of them running what they call the coil-bound setup, real soft. Here comes Kyle Busch, guys.
Your race leader, and he's first pit right there, Doc.
They are told to be very deliberate, not only getting it full of Sunoco fuel, putting the 4 tires on, and you have got to clean that front grille. It has got a lot of tire debris and dust on it. Dave.
Doc, Kevin Harvick has gone back to using the word plowing about his race car. He'll come down and give out the 5th position on the racetrack right now. Waiting to see, here he comes. Tires for this race car, and also Kevin wants a piece of duct tape to be put into the car through the window. His fresh air hose is flopping around in a way that he doesn't like, so he'll get some repairs made on the interior of that car, as well as getting a chassis adjustment, air pressure adjustment for a car that is very tight through the center of the corner. Jamie Little.
And Joey Logano, we sound like a broken record, but he too tight. They're going up on the track bar. 4 tires, they'll fill it up with Sunoco fuel. Vince.
The 38 of Casey Kane has been fighting loose all day long. They're going to go up around on the right rear wedge, 4 tires, and try to get that thing a little tighter for Casey Kane. Been battling the same thing all day, Marty.
12.4 seconds. That is a good pit stop for that crew. And as Casey Kane comes across the line, he gets back out, and the race off pit road. Kyle Busch will maintain the race lead. Kane picks up a spot. Joey drops one. Harvick and Almirola each pick up one as well.